Let's start there before we get into the game from yesterday. I wanted to ask you, were you surprised that the extension came about mid-season, and why did it work for you? Why not? You're having a great year. We've talked about it, having a great year. Why not wait to get to free agency and see what was out there?
Yeah, so first off, like basically, um, I value myself of end up getting drafted here, since 22 and everything, and being a part of this organization. I love what they do, in the community, and then also in the building, stuff like that. Yeah, usually guys try to do extensions at the end of the year and stuff. My main thing was we came to the agreement and everything. And like I said, I love what we have going on, being coached by Braves, people in the building, and everything like that. So I was just like, man, I wanted to go ahead and get it out of the way and everything. And everyone in the front office, they wanted to do it as well. But I'm proud to be back for 3 more years and everything like that, and part of this organization.
Marcus, before I ask you a question about the game itself, what's the first thing you bought with that new contract, and for who?
Yeah, so I haven't bought anything yet. So
Wait, no car, no getaway,
Did you check the account to make sure the money's there?
Batmobile, maybe?
so basically, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna get first and everything like that. I already got a crib and everything, so I don't need too much when it comes to that. But a new car would definitely be something that I'll be looking into.
So what are the options on the new car? A couple you got your eye on?
No, so I'm not an exotic car person. So if
Smart.
anything, it's probably going to be like a truck that every man needs
Yeah.
and everything, and then also probably like a thinking about like Tahoe and stuff like that.
There we go. All right, well done. Now, as far as yesterday goes, could you feel? Rather, I wanted to ask you. Mike Vrabel said, no apologizing for a win. Hopefully we can learn from victory, not in defeat. But did you side with the coach in the idea that, like, hey, we got to win. That's a good thing, but also we can definitely play better and learn a lot from yesterday's effort?
Yeah, I would say, of course, a lot of guys, they feel as though they didn't play their best. I know I didn't play my best at all, but at the end of the day, the W is the most important thing. What I love about this sport is, it's never getting too high, never getting too low, and just playing, being consistent. In the National Football League, like I said, you're gonna have good games, you're gonna have bad games, but at the end of the day, we're all on the field trying to win. So whenever we're able to win, it's hard to win in this league, especially playing good teams and everything, and trying to go 1-0 every week is our main goal. But yeah, what Brave said is very important. Whenever you can correct off of a win, that's way better than correcting off of a loss, of course.
Obviously, it didn't come just against you, but what are the challenges of facing Drake London? He got Gonzo for a deep ball later, had 3 touchdowns. Not sure he gets mentioned among the truly elite receivers in the league, but he looks like he should be in that category.
Yeah, man, he's a great player. At the end of the day, like, his catch radius is crazy. But you got to tip your hat on plays like that. They had great plays when it came down to the scheme wise in the red zone and things like that. But it was a great situation to basically learn from, and then also like I said, you play top tier receivers every single week and everything. On the back end, there's things that we're definitely going to correct and everything. But at the end of the day, we got the W.
Marcus, when you have a game like that where the momentum is so clearly in your favor for basically the majority of, if not the entire first half, but then there's a shift and it kind of goes back and forth, what do you guys do to sort of like stand your ground or try to regain momentum when it feels like another team is trying to seize control of a game that started in your favor like that?
Yeah, on defense, man, our main thing is to put out the fire. So get the drive stopped at all costs is something that we pride ourselves in. Every game isn't going to be perfect. There are going to be ugly games every once in a while, but it's like you have to get back to the sideline, get adjustments. Coaches are helping when it comes down to the adjustments. And then just trusting the guy that's next to you, on the field, communication, all of those things are very important. But get the drive, stop at all costs is the main thing of our objective as a defense.
Reigning AFC Defensive Player of the Month and Patriots cornerback Marcus Jones here on WEEI Afternoons. Marcus, you're part of it on the edges sometimes, so you obviously contribute setting the edge tackles, but also the middle of that defense. How proud are you guys as a unit that you still haven't allowed a 50-yard rusher on the season?
I'm very proud of the guys. We pride ourselves on stopping the run, getting it to where on the back end, we can have the quarterback, throw the ball way more. That gives us way more opportunities on the back end to make plays. Those guys, they pride themselves in the front seven. With anything that we do at practice, we take it real serious. So that helps out. But then everyone's, basically in the right gap. And whenever you have those guys that's, being in the right gap and not playing peekaboo, it's hard for the running backs and the guys that's getting the ball to hit those holes and everything. So I'm proud of those guys. But every single week, man, we're trying to stack. So whatever we did in the past, we forget about that. And it's a new scheme, new running back, getting back to it and making sure that we do what we need to do so then we can make them throw the ball in the air.
Marcus, big proponent here of the iron sharpens iron idea, and you guys get to go up against each other all week long in practice leading up to Sunday, simulating what the other team does. Who's the toughest member of the New England Patriots offense for you to cover in practice every week?
I feel as though that's a great question. A lot of people always, who is that one person? I can honestly say everyone has their advantages in certain ways. Kayshawn, he's one of those guys to where his quickness and everything is something that can lull people to sleep. Diggs, his play strength, route running is really nice. Pop, quickness, getting out of breaks, being able to stop on a dime is something that's, effective for him for sure. Kyle Williams as well, like his speed, vertical threat. Mac, he's a long guy, so he's able to his catch radius is very good as well. So it's not really just one person. I could honestly say, everyone has their fair share of different things they're really good at.
Okay, that was a good question according to you. This might be a bad one, but just bear with me. If it's dumb, please just give me a kind answer and don't be too mean. Is it weird facing a lefty quarterback? Does it change anything from a coverage perspective, the way he throws the ball, the side he's throwing from? Does that change anything for you?
I would say the main thing, the ball's spinning a different way. That's the main thing that I would end up saying. I can't say that, lefties, sometimes the ball float in the air, but no, Penix, he was throwing it. Like, he didn't have too many to where he was like just floating in the air. He can throw. So when it came down to the lefties this week and everything, like it's just the main thing I'll say it's spinning different.
Marcus, did you hear anyone clap on the defense during this controversial clap thing that the Falcons accused the Patriots of and we're talking about post-game?
It was you.
No, I didn't hear anything about the clapping. The main thing that I would end up saying is, of course, it's hard to, hear each other and everything like that on the field and stuff. But no, I didn't hear any clapping. But we do have adjustments and everything whenever it comes down to different formations and everything. So,
are any of those signals clapping?
No, we don't practice that at all.
Like, look at me over here. Hey, this side.
that doesn't help at all. And most of the time, if someone does, we don't hear the clapping. Like the clap for us, we don't practice that at all. So I can honestly say that for sure.
Do you like when the weather turns? You're a Southern guy, right? You're in Alabama and Louisiana born and down that way. Do you like, quote unquote, football weather in Foxborough that we're coming up on here?
So I have no problem playing in it. I have no problem with that. However, living my normal life, that's a little different. There's snow out there and everything like that. So that's a little different.
Yeah. That's why you need the truck, right? Because it's going to snow, so you want to be able to get around and not be late and Vrabel yell at you and all that.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
But now once you study the weather for a while, you're like, oh, that's why everyone up here has such a bad attitude. That's why these people can be so difficult. I gotcha. It's okay. It just sort of comes with the territory. Marcus, real quick, looking forward to next weekend's game. Even with Mike Evans out, Tampa Bay presents quite the challenge offensively with so many different receivers, backs, weapons, and obviously a quarterback that is playing at an MVP level right now. What's it going to take for you guys to win down in Tampa Sunday?
Yeah, Braves always talk about road warriors. We played, solid when it came down to the situation of playing away, but this is a new team. The main thing is always communication, and then bringing our own energy. You know what I mean? Like whenever you're playing away, most of the time, like you don't really have too many fans that's there to make it hard for the opposing offense. So, and then also whenever the offense are making plays. Us on the sideline, the defensive guys, we're always excited for our guys to, make plays on the offensive side. But, special teams, Braves has us stand up for the kickoff and the kickoff return and everything because all eyes are on those guys, and that's very important plays when it comes down to it because either it's going to be the first play of defense or it's going to be the first play of offense. So having that energy and being excited for our guys that's out there is very important. So I would definitely say bringing our own energy is very important.
Real quick, before we let you go, was that Sonic the Hedgehog I saw you dressed up as last week?
Yeah, that was funny.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, no, I liked the costume and everything. People loved it and stuff, and the kids loved it. So that was great.
Good man.
All right, Marcus, congrats again on the award and the contract, and good luck down against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks.